And good.
Hi.
Graham doesn't want to do this one because he's a wuss, but we're gonna do the times we're most afraid. And Graham's gonna go first because he's afraid. And
So,
he's gonna get it over with.
I can't really think of times that I've been most afraid, but one of the times that I was actually kind of worried about the situation that I was in was fencing meet at St. Bernard one time. So, people who go to St. Bernard know, but there are really like a few kind of separate buildings. There's the art department, and then like the main school, and then like the gym and cafeteria area and auditorium area.
I mean, they're not different buildings.
They're not different buildings. They're all connected, but they're like separate wings. Like you can only get to them one way. So I was looking for a way into the school because we were locked out and we had to get in for a meet. And so I went towards the art department and I found a way in. There was like an open window that led into the basement or something like that. And I went upstairs and like through a series of locked doors, like there was only one way that I could really go. And so it funneled me outside, right outside. And right outside there was this box, like a black...
kind of like an encased patio.
Yeah, like just about the size of a little shed.
All glass.
It was all glass. Well, mostly glass. You could see out of all sides of it. And so there was only one place I could go, so I had to go out into that. And so I walked out. And what's supposed to happen is there's supposed to be a door there that you can push out and walk through so that you're not actually locked in the glass box. However, it was very snowy that day, and the door pushed out, not in. So the snow had built up in front of the door, and I could not push it open, not even like a fraction of an inch. Like there was no space in between. So I started to get a little panicked because I was not scared for myself because I was 100% certain that eventually I would be found and like I'm not gonna die in this little box. But I was worried about how long it would take them to find me and how like how upset they would be and how worried that they would be, because this is a lot bigger of an issue for the coaches because they lost a kid, right? Not through their fault, but through my stupidity. So I was worried about how other people might be worried. And so I got a little panicky, and I got the whole like shortness of breath kind of deal.
Oh, he didn't have his phone, by the way.
I had left my phone in my car. That was actually the first thought that I had. I was like, okay, let me text some. Oh crap! I left my phone in the car. So I looked around again in this little glass box to see if there was any other way that I could get out. It turns out there was one. I saw this window behind me that it was made of like slats that all tilted open, and so like it wasn't like one window that would swing open. It was a bunch of little windows that would turn and eventually let air in. But the slats were like
what, 4 inches?
Like from the top of Charles's head to like his nose. Yeah, just about that big. And
that's gonna be a meme right there.
So I opened the window and I slid through the bars and shimmied my way around to get out of the box. And that was how that was one of the most nerve-wracking experiences of my life.
This was the second time I almost died. That was...
Oh, okay.
So I was driving along, right? Had my carpool, and it had just rained the night before. It was a little damp on the roads, right? And so I'm going down this road, and so on the side of the road there are markers that light up when the light's going to turn red, so that way you have time to stop, right? So traffic's going like 20 over, and we're all cruising, and then it turns as it lights up as we're going by. So I'm like, there's no way we're gonna stop. So then we keep going, right? And then the light turns yellow, plenty of room. The guy in front of me slams on his brakes, right? Like locks him up, ABS, all that shit, right? Well, I guess he didn't lock him up because of ABS.
Because of
but,
ABS.
Yeah, right.
ABS.
But
kicked in.
I don't have ABS in my Miata, so I slam on the brakes, and my brakes work.
What a
and-
safe car.
And the tires don't hold to the road, so I'm just sliding with my wheels locked up, right? And I'm like, oh shit, there's a guy in front of me. I gotta not do that. So I look, there's no one there, and then I turn, and I don't
believe
go anywhere.
Swerve is actually the better.
I attempt to swerve, but since my wheels are locked up,
You're still skidding forward.
I'm still skidding forwards.
Kinetic friction.
And spin, and then I narrowly miss the car in front of me, right? And then I counter steer to correct, and then I go into a violent spin, right?
So he swerved and then he went back
Other way. So
and then he
I'm in this lane. If I'm going towards the camera, right? I'm in this lane, and I go like this, and then I go like this. I drift this way, and then I drift this way, and then I spin.
he's trying to get back into the lane after swerving to avoid the guy.
And then I spin, and we're all fine. We're all dandy. We're alive.
When he says spin, he means like he spun out to the side of the road. Like he didn't.
Okay, it was semi-controlled. Semi. Not entirely. If it was entirely... That's like this. That's like...
Fine.
Okay. But one way... Okay, so... okay, yeah. So, obviously, it's gets me worked up. But, yeah, it wasn't really nerve-wracking in the moment.
Yeah, in the moment it's like
In the moment, it's just like, this is
The
what I have to
adrenaline,
do.
yeah.
I just gotta do that. But
Yeah.
but then after, you're like, oh shit, I just almost died and killed someone.
which is like the opposite of mine, because for mine I was more nerve-wracked in the moment versus looking back. I was like, I mean, I would have been fine, but
Well, like the first thing I said, I was like, "Are you okay?" Because I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god!"
To your passenger, yeah.
I just almost killed her. So
yeah.
that was
Nerve-wracking experiences.
Second most nerve-wracking experience of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.